Well played.
Do you play computer games?
I do play computer games, yeah. I've got a PlayStation 2 and an Xbox.
My favourite is rally games. I like the car driving games the best, really. That's the ones I go for.
I have used them in the past in school, yes. And I found them very useful, very motivational.
Futurelab's aim is to tackle the challenges, the big challenges that are facing education in the 21st century, and to identify the different opportunities that there are out there for improving teaching and learning, improving education for young people today. Futurelab's interested in the area of games and learning because games seem to offer certain key principles that constitute good educational practice. They offer challenge, they offer feedback, they offer engagement, they offer participation in new worlds and new practices. So they're very exciting from that perspective. If we could harness that capacity for education, that would be fantastic.
Some pupils, some students feel more comfortable when all they need to interact with is a computer and a game. You'd be amazed at the sort of work that they can produce because it's just them and a computer.
For example, I use the games in the MIST series to inspire children's writing, and we're looking even at sentence level, word level, simile, metaphor, so many formal aspects from perhaps a very visual and informal medium.
The collaboration and the development of solutions comes about through sharing one's experience.
New games have to be done, and I think the question here is, how do you persuade the industry that they're at the moment kind of missing out on certain opportunities? Children need to be able to analyse and study games in the curriculum, but they also need to be able to make their own in the way that they can make their own videos or design their own websites or compose their own music. And the softwares are just beginning to be developed for that.
How do we create things that are great games and also good educational experiences? We're going to see over the next few years more and more games that are also educational as well as great games.
Trying to put commercial games into a normal or formal classroom can be difficult as well. There are certain technical issues to overcome. The teacher has to think about the lesson plan and the actual pedagogical approach to delivering that, and it may mean kind of rethinking the way that the lesson is run, the length of time, the sorts of activities, but it's still a lot of the same good teaching principles apply. Like any good educational tool, you have to think about how will this tool help you reach the learning objectives, indeed what are the learning objectives you're trying to achieve with the game.
There have been many recent attempts to develop computer games that are specifically educational in their purpose. Futurelab's Project Racing Academy, for example, was developed to help mechanical engineering students understand how a car works. Players in Racing Academy are able to modify a car and race it against competitors. They can then analyse telemetry readings in order to modify and race the car again.
Increasingly we're going to see more and more disaggregation of games or different elements of a game. And what we'll see is learners actually being able to create their own games or have access to a palette of materials so that they can actually design their own games and then share it with other learners as well.
Newtoon is a mobile phone and web application which enables children to author, share, edit and collect mobile phone games, and the games are based on the laws of physics, and we hope that they'll gain a more intuitive understanding of physics concepts.
We're interested in games for learning because there's a lot of research evidence that suggests that games offer engaging and very effective approaches to learning. So games are, as one university professor called it, impossibly little learning engines. So what we're interested in is really getting to grips with the idea of whether that is the case or not, really trying to understand whether they offer an entirely new paradigm for education in the 21st century.